Well, hello everyone. Here I am. It is Wednesday. It is quite late today. I was so busy today, non-stop. But I cannot cancel my appointment. I look forward to this moment. So, late but sure. It has been raining here non-stop. I was joking with my kids today. I was telling them, we're going to become frogs. But here we are, late but here. Today's topic is modeling. Modeling. But before I get into that topic, I want to thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for taking the time to like the videos, to leave your comments, your suggestions. And I am one subscriber away from 100. So thank you so much. It gives me encouragement. But even if I only had one, I would still do the videos. I just look forward to it. It's helpful for me, and I hope that it can be helpful for you as well. So, modeling. Today, we were discussing the Berlin Airlift. We were doing some background information for a book that we're going to read, and I wanted my students to understand the book better. So we were talking about the Berlin Airlift, and I was giving them an article and some questions. And I wanted them to do partner talk. I wanted them to discuss the figurative language that the author had used. When the author had said that there was a sky bridge, I wanted them to explain, to talk to each other and see what that was, and then write it down. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't understand what you're asking us to do. And of course, we've been doing partner talk since day one. So they know how to do partner talk. But somehow they did not understand what I was asking. So what did I do? We modeled. So the resident teacher in my classroom and me, we faced each other. We were crisscross. We faced each other. We asked each other questions such as, so what is a bridge for? And then she would answer, well, I think it is to connect one side to another side. And it has supporting things on the bottom. And what were the planes doing? Where were they were bringing things from one side to the other? And so what would be the similarity between planes and bridges in this case? And so we ask each other questions, we answer the questions, and then finally we came up with an agreement as to what the answer was. And then we asked the students to write that answer, and we posed to them a new question. So we modeled that whole process. We modeled asking the question, answering the questions, putting the answer together, and then writing the answer down. After we did that, the other questions were a piece of cake for them. They knew exactly what we were expecting. They turned to each other. They had their discussion. They had their conversation. They wrote everything down. No problem. So I could have reacted in a different way. I think I could have gotten a little bit annoyed, which in fact I did get a little bit annoyed because we've been doing partner talk forever and they didn't know what to do. But I realized that they truly were confused as to what I was asking them. So modeling was the best way, just the best way to explain, to let them know exactly what I needed them to do. So modeling is extremely important in the classroom, whether it is procedures, whether it is rules, whether it is something that we want them to do for a lesson. The best way for them to understand what we want them to do is to model, 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 model. And without getting frustrated, we can just model. And if there are any students that do not understand what we wanted them to do, through modeling, they can get it much better than through explanations, oral explanations, or just instructions on a piece of paper. So modeling, it is something that I have become used to it. And sometimes I forget to do it, but we just cannot forget to model because that's how our students know what they're supposed to do. And, going sort of a little bit on a tangent, every time that we come back from a little break or a big break, we need to model. We need to model and practice our procedures. So we cannot just simply say, let's be peaceful, because peaceful for some people is different than for others. In my family, I was talking to a group of teachers last week, and I was explaining that peaceful in our family is very loud. A peaceful, I feel great, I feel good, but there's a lot of people talking at the same time. I come from a Cuban background, and so we just talk, and to be able to enter the conversation, you just have to jump and force yourself in there. So that can be peaceful for me, but that might not be what I mean when I say peaceful in the classroom. So we have to model what we mean by, what do we really mean, what do we really want them to do. So let's remember, regardless of whether it is a lesson, whether it is a procedure, a rule, anything that they're having difficulty doing, modeling is the best way for our students to understand what they are supposed to do. So I hope that you will not get frustrated and that you will model what you want your students to accomplish. So thank you so much. I hope that we can have classrooms where there is a lot of learning going on, classrooms that are happy places to be at, classrooms that are effective, and classrooms where we feel good and students feel good to be there. Everybody knows what they are supposed to do. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a great evening, a great rest of the week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.